Well, I'm coming up in Cajon Pass here. I'm just passing Palm Avenue, and I'm getting word that, and today is Thursday. This is about 2 days after the fire started, or 3 days, and it's September 16th, and there's word they may be closing the pass down again because the fire in West Cajon area is starting to go down past the railroad tracks close to the freeway again. So we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. So this is my first time to go back up the pass. It's been since it's been about 48 hours. I was going down to teach at California State University, San Bernardino. I went down on Tuesday to teach one of my classes, and my wife sent me a picture. She said, I live in East Elk Hills. She said, hey, there's some smoke coming from our backyard. She thought it was right almost close to where we were, and then she sent me another picture a half hour later, and it totally exploded, the smoke. And then we found out there's this huge fire going on, and next thing you know, I can't even get home. So I went to Riverside. I've been staying with my family. But anyway, you can see in the video here, over to the left of the freeway there is some kind of smoke. And they've been dropping water with these helicopters, and then they have these big giant fixed wing aircraft. For example, a DC-10, it comes over, it has, I don't know, 10 or 12,000 gallons of that flame retardant, and it drops a line. It makes a line along where the fire is to keep it from spreading. And that's kind of what they're doing, but as you can see, there's still a lot of smoke going on. But almost in the Cajon Pass. Now remember, the Cajon Pass is the same pass that about a year ago a bunch of cars got caught right past 138, and a raging brush fire went across the freeway and it caught a semi-truck on fire. It burned out a bunch of cars, and it was just spectacular. So you can kind of look at this freeway, this Cajon Pass, almost as a death trap. And here we go. We're rolling the dice right now, baby. Rolling the dice. Now, I have no idea what to expect. I've not been through here since the Blue Cut fire raged. So I don't know to what extent, how much devastation I'm going to see. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. The pass is wide open and there's not a lot of traffic. So I'm happy about that. So it looks like the Kenwood to Oak Hill off-ramp is on-ramp is closed, so you cannot get off at Kenwood. And I'm sure that the Cleghorn one is also closed. So basically, once you get on the 15 in the pass, that's it. You got to go the distance. You got to go all the way through. So you see the fire over there? Now, I thought the fire was on the right side of the freeway, but I'm not seeing that at all. I'm seeing the fire on the left side, on the west side. That's where it seems to be burning. But what I want to figure out is, how did the fire get up to Summit Inn restaurant up in the high desert at Oak Hill Road? How did it get over there and burn that? That's what I want to figure out. Because they evacuated my neighborhood. I live in East Elk Hills. So we can kind of see what's going on over here. It's going to be hard to see it with the sun. But I can see a ridge. I can see where the fire is moving. There's a lot of smoke over there. Probably the sun's too bright to see that. Yeah, I'm starting to see where the fire's been burning. Now I can also see, it looks like beyond the 138 on the west side, the left side over there, there's also lot of smoke. So that's the fire that's raging toward, it looks like Wrightwood. There's some of the fire right there. Look at all that red powder over there. Can you see that? And that's making a fire line right there. That worked. It looks like the fire is not spreading anymore. So those big DC-10s, they drop all that flame retardant. They kind of make a line in the desert brush, and it holds the fire from keeping it from progressing forward there. So that's good. Looks like it's been doing its job. It's incredible to see those big beasts burning. Yeah, I thought this is surprising from the news and everything. I mean, honestly, you would think that the entire pass was on fire, and that is not the case. There's nothing going on the right side over here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. However, there's a pretty big smell of smoke. Now, I think this is Cajon Valley over here. Now, there's a lot of, you can tell where the fire has been moving over here for sure. There's a really strong smell of smoke. It's a good smell though. It's the smell of smoke or the smell of fire when you know they've been putting water on it or flame retardant on it, and you get that smoky, watery smell. That's what I'm smelling right now through the pass. And you can tell there's quite a bit. If you look over here, there's quite a bit of white smoke, which is a good sign, I've been told. That means that they're putting out a lot of the fire. So we like that. Now I'm coming up on Cajon Road over here. There's nothing going on the right. Honestly, there's no evidence of any fire at all. Pretty much ever since I've gotten into the pass, and I started from Kenwood all the way up to Cajon here, I've not seen any evidence of a fire on the right side, on the east side. But like I said, it's got to cross over at some point, because how did the Summit Inn burn? That's what I'm trying to figure out. No, wait a minute. I saw some fire burning or some black over here, and now we're hitting some traffic. Now Cajon, I think, is also closed. Yes, it is. And there's a police officer down the off ramp. It says ramp closed right there. So nobody's going to be going down there. And here's a highway patrol ahead of us even. There's at least 2 highway patrol here now, I can see. And the one highway patrol, he's going on the emergency left part of the fast lane there, is trying to pass a few cars. Looks like he's in a hurry. Oh, there's somebody, some stranded cars here. Maybe they had an accident? I don't know. These people got to be crazy. And think about it, there's this major roaring fire, the Blue Cut fire, like 30,000 acres, and given the Cajon Pass, or pain in the pass, whatever you want to call it, given the history of this pass, when there's a raging fire, you definitely don't want to be stopped by the freeway. That's not a good idea. Certainly not. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of burn. A lot of these foothills before the San Gabriels, Yeah, a lot of the foothills are burned over here. Wow, it did burn a lot. But surprisingly, the trees close to the freeway here, down by the railroad tracks, are still intact. They did not burn. You got another ramp closed, the ramp that goes up to the scales is also closed, so they don't want anybody stopping along here. Now we're going to find out in a minute. Some people were talking about McDonald's. McDonald's burned down in the past, blah blah blah, and let's see for ourselves. We got more CHP over here. This guy's walking along the side of the road. Wonder what he's up to. This was a fire that happened earlier. This is not the previous one. McDonald's is good. No problems. But there is a lot of black over here. Look at that. That's all burned right in those foothills. Look at the McDonald's. McDonald's is fine. It's right there. No problems. Chevron at mid-pass is good. But there are some burned areas over here. Wow. So the fire, oh wow. Look at that. That's where the fire went. That's how it got over close to my house. So it looks like it went over the 138 on the east side, past McDonald's, and then it started burning up that way. Wow. Now I'm seeing fire on the east side. So I got to get past the 138 before I see that, and I'm seeing a lot of burnt landscape here. So that's how the fire got over into East Oak Hills. Now, oh my goodness. Crap. Total devastation. Wow. And there's over by Wrightwood, the fire over there, but look at that, man. Wow. This is the east side of the freeway now. It's all over. But now I know how the Summit Inn burned. Man, crap, it went right up this, went up through all these hills and tore through, went across the train tracks, and went right up to Summit Inn. Look at that. It's all charred. Everything's burned. Burn, burn, burn. You guys see all that? Now we're starting to see, well, the one good thing is all of this stuff burned now, so I don't have to worry about this for a few years. It's not going to burn again, not for a while anyway. But that is unbelievable. I had no idea it got that bad around here. It is all over the place. So now you see the fire now, it went on both sides of the freeway here. Actually, you got the freeway split here. You got the southbound over here, the northbound here. It burned in the middle. It burned over to the right, and it's moving up toward the Summit Inn. If I can, I'm going to try to take the exit at Oak Hill Road. I want to get a close look at the remains of the fire up at the top. Look at that. Right here. So I've almost made it to the top of the pass. You can see here, I'm right before Oak Hill Road. You can see the fire, no kidding, was right by the freeway. That's why they shut this whole thing down. It just burned and burned and burned. And there's fire now. It looks like it burned on both sides of the northbound. Just everything here has burned, everything. There's nothing more you can burn around here. And here's, no, this is untouched over here. See that? Wow. now I can kind of see the real kind of what's going on here, and you can see here again, we're probably about a mile from Oak Hill Road, and you can see over here there's a lot of charred landscape. Wow. Even when you get right up to Oak Hill Road up here, you know, when you look to the right, there's a big kind of canyon over there. That whole area is burned out down there. It's all of that area is burned. Okay, here we go with Oak Hill Road. Now my goal is to get off at Oak Hill Road. That's what I'm going to try to do, but I'm not sure if I could do it. Then we'll take a look at the Summit Inn. Here they are over here, the SoCal Edison people. They're repairing the power. Oh, here it is. Boy, the fire came right up to the top of the pass and it swept through, and man, wow, I can see. I am so lucky that my house did not burn. I have no idea how it stopped, how they were able to stop it like they did. That is a miracle, because my house is 1.5 miles from Summit Inn, as you can see right there. My goodness. There it is. There's nothing left of that. And here we go. We are now past Oak Hill Road. We're in the high desert. And I'm trying to see. Wow, some of these homes here survived. They are so lucky. This little outfit here, you probably passed it once or twice in Mariposa. They sell a lot of hay, and they sell California redwood gazebos, whatever. That place was spared. I don't know how they stopped it. It's amazing. Well, I'm at the Chevron station here at Oak Hill Road, and I live about a mile or so down the street in Mariposa in a neighborhood, and I haven't even been here since Tuesday, so now it's Thursday, and it's incredible how this fire, it came up right up through the pass. You can see where it burned over here. And it just kind of stopped. See, the SoCal Edison people, they're repairing all the power lines. You can see all that, so you can see where the fire was. Then you come over here to the cafe, and that's the end of that. So you can see where the fire came right over here. Boy, you can smell it too. Burn right through here. You can see on the other side of the building there. See all the trees. This is it. This is I've come up here a few times. I have a lot of friends, distance runners, and sometimes we come over to the cafe, and they have these ostrich burgers. So we'd come up here and have an ostrich burger. And somebody was saying on Facebook, they said that the antique store was spared, but that's not what I'm seeing. Look at that. You can see everything that it just melted. It was to have a fire. All of these trees are gone. And then we come up to the famous cafe. You see that? Summit Inn right there. And there's nothing left. There used to be some motels or hotels or whatever. There's nothing left here now. That's it. This is where you walk in. You walk right in through the entrance here, and it kind of speaks for itself. Yeah, it took everything out. All the motel rooms, everything's gone. This is a total loss. See it all right there. Yeah, I think probably this is a resilient place. This Summit Inn restaurant here, I'm not kidding you, this thing is taking I don't know how many beatings. You got cars coming off the freeway running right into the restaurant. I think it's burned before, I'm pretty sure, so it's had all kinds of issues and it just keeps bouncing back. So I don't think we've seen the end of it or the last of it. I got a feeling they may rebuild this thing again, but when you look at it now, it's kind of hard to see it, to think you could rebuild it. But I'm certain if they have insurance, they should be able to do it. And that's it. This is the remains right here. Summit Inn compound, all of this. And you can see in the distance, there's a fire. Yeah, this area right here, I just went past the Chevron station. You can see here is Oak Hill Road, right? So here's this kind of fire break road here, and this is where it appears to stop. So it looks like the firefighters were able to keep it from jumping over and setting all this other brush on fire. We are lucky. Because I'm thinking about where I live. I'm a mile down that way. And how the fire pretty much just burned on this side and didn't go anymore. See that? Because if you look here, it could burn through that stuff for miles. Go forever. But it didn't. Wow. You got to give a lot of credit to the actual firefighters, what they were able to do here. And it's very windy in the high desert. And I think right here that this big wide dirt area here, I'm guessing this probably saved a lot of homes in the high desert here. This created a great fire break. So even though the fire came out the pass, when it got here, it wasn't able to spread to this vegetation over here, because had it spread over here, then the wind would have just pushed it all the way down toward Ranchero. And there's a lot of homes between here and Ranchero.